So this week I'm going to be doing pick a card a little bit differently. So if you follow every week, you'll know that I write pick a card, which is what I do with my readings. I write my readings online and send them out to everybody. So this week, like I said, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So I'm going to do it on video and explain each set as we go through. So same deal, so there's set 1, set 2 and set 3. So you would have already picked your sets yesterday and I'll go through and explain them all one by one. Alright, so if you picked set 1, we'll have a look at the cards. So we've got the 7 of Cups, New Life and Third Eye Chakra. So with these 3 cards all together, so 7 of Cups, this is meaning that you are going into a new time of wanting to really actually reinvent yourself. So it's probably like you've got to a point where you are just feeling a bit bored with what's long, and now it's kind of like you've just had this urge to just reinvent yourself in some way. So this could be, it could be physical appearance, so you might want to change something, you know, like with your hair or with the way you dress. I'm kind of picking up with this that colours are a big thing for you at the moment as well. So if you are thinking of reinventing your physical appearance, then perhaps go for brighter colours than you would have normally chosen. Something that really stands out, because I kind of get the energy that you want to make an impact with this next move that you're going to make. So you're going to be doing something quite cool and drastic. And so that follows through with the New Life as well. So these two together are just basically saying that you are heading in a new direction. So work-wise, this could mean that you've just kind of got a bit bored with what you've been doing, and not necessarily quitting your job and going into something else, but it might be a case of you're just starting to look into where you want to be in the future. So you're actually just going to make a decision about starting something new. So probably not the action of quitting your job and going on to something else. It's more the emotional change that you want to, or that you've decided in your head that you're going in a new direction, and you've got a lot of choices here. So these are all of your choices. So don't just settle on one thing, have a look around. There's lots going on here. So you've got a lot of options. So make sure you look at everything before you make a choice, which you will do, because I don't think from this energy you're not in a hurry to do something new, but you are wanting to do something new. So relationship wise with this as well, you might be in a place where if you are currently in a relationship, you could be looking at it more from the outside. So you could have been quite emotionally stuck in a rut inside the relationship, but it's kind of like you're looking at it from the outside, and you're getting a bit of a clearer picture of what is going right and what is going wrong, and you're going to make changes from there to either make it better, or you're just going to be like, no, this isn't for me, and you'll move on and you'll have other choices. And if you're single as well, then you've got lots of choices. You don't need to settle on one person. Just figure out what you want, and then put it out there, and you'll basically attract what you want, because you're looking pretty sweet right here. Like, you're happy about this, and this is all connected with a higher with your higher self as well. So it's like this is a really intuitive move, and you're going to be doing everything from a place of feeling. So you feel like you need to make this move, so you will. It doesn't necessarily make sense to you, but you just know that you have to move. So yeah, good things coming for you guys who picked this set. So that is set 1. Moving on to set 2. Okay, so if you picked set 2, we have got the Ace of Cups, we've got Truth Be Told, and we've got Disruption. So with these ones, you are going into a new emotional beginning. So something new is happening here. with truth be told and disruption, I would say that either you have found out the truth about something recently and the mask has been taken off here. So you've found out something, the mask has been taken off, and it's been very emotionally connected. So it's caused you to have quite a outpouring of your heart. So this could either, so it could be a positive thing. So it could be that you found out something maybe that you didn't know a person was thinking about you a particular way, and they've told you, that they care about you and that they love you, and so that's kind of stirred up this bit of emotion. For some of you though, it could be that what you have found out has caused a bit of a disruption in your life. So not necessarily a really bad thing, but it's just something that you've kind of found out and you're like, oh, I wish that didn't happen because that's really annoying, and now it's just made everything a bit out of whack now. So not necessarily a huge thing, but a really frustrating thing nonetheless. But like I said, you are in a new emotional beginning, so good things are happening here. You're at the start of something, you're figuring out, and it's like all this is happening as well because it's aligning you to be starting this new beginning. So if you hadn't found out what that truth is, and hadn't gone through this disruption, then you wouldn't be starting a new thing. So it's not a bad thing. It's really not. It could also be, with this truth be told, is that perhaps you're being more true to yourself. So perhaps you've just been kind of going along and thinking, oh, okay, this was going to get better. I'm fine with this. I'm really fine. But you haven't been fine. You've been lying to yourself, and you know that you can't go on like this any longer. So it's kind of like your heart's just opened and you've poured everything out, and you're like, this is where I'm at, and you feel a lot better for doing this, but it has caused some disruption, and you knew that the disruption was going to happen from opening your heart about this truth. But actually, once you get through this, then it's like you're going to be just going in such a better place. So it had to happen, it had to happen. So again, no bad things happening here, just a bit of frustration, but you're moving on to better things. So that is our set 2. All right, and if you picked set 3, then the cards we've got here are 9 of cups. Cups again. Every one of these sets have been cups, so we're in a very emotional time. Cups are very emotional based. All of the cups as well could be relating to water signs, so that's Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. So if you are one of those water signs, then a lot could be going on for you right about now, because every set has been to do with cups. Or if you're not one of those water signs, then you could have just been very connected in emotional matters recently. So okay, anyway, set 3, 9 of Cups, by the book, and conflict and defeat. So 9 of Cups, you're sitting in a pretty good spot right now. So this is generally a positive card. You have worked hard. You've worked really hard to get to where you are right now. You've got all your stuff hanging out behind you. I would say that these cups are all representing wins for you. So whether that is to do with wins within work, whether it could be wins within a relationship, money-wise, you could be winning. And so basically you've worked hard to build this up, so to obtain all of this stuff. So it's not like it's been given to you and you've been really lucky and it's just come. You've worked super hard for all this. And so now you're sitting here and you're like, okay, I'm in a good spot, got all my stuff, and I'm going to figure out where I want to move from now. And by the book. So from these two here, it could be that you've done everything really by the book. So obviously to get all of this stuff that you have got, so whether that be emotionally or, you know, physical things or material things. You've had a process in your mind, and you've sat down and you've said, okay, I need to get to here and here and here and here. And you've gone through that process. You've done everything right. But now I kind of get with this conflict and defeat is that it might not be working for you anymore. So up until now, it's always worked. You've made a plan, you've stuck with it, and it's always gone. It's the way that it's supposed to have gone. But now there's something else that you want to move on to, and you're trying to get there, but it's not working anymore. So that's where you've got to be a bit flexible, because doing things by the book is awesome and it works, obviously, because you've got all the stuff. But from the energy that I get from this as well is that you're not quite happy where you are yet, and you do want to get to somewhere else. But you've got to be flexible in your methods to get there, because you're feeling a bit defeated at the moment and you're trying to get somewhere, but it's kind of like you're stumbling a bit and you're kind of like, why isn't it not working anymore? It was working before, why isn't it working now? Ask for help as well. From this I kind of get family members, so if you need help from family, ask for it. They are willing to help, and you do have the confidence to get to where you want to be as well. You know, don't let this knock your confidence, because this person is a really confident person. You've done so much to get here, and you've really built up your confidence by knowing that you can achieve all this. Don't let this conflict and defeat knock your confidence to get you to where you want to be. Try something different to get to your next place. And also don't be afraid to say no as well. So because you are in that a little bit fragile state here at the moment, don't be afraid to say no. You probably want to keep marching on with something, but don't be afraid just to say no and have a little bit of downtime, and you need that downtime to figure out how you're going to get to the next place. And don't forget to give yourself a pat on the back for where you have got to, because you've done a really good job. Alright, so that is our cards for this week. Ooh. I am just going to end with one card being picked out of this tarot set. So I'll just give him a shuffle. Oops, alright, that one popped out, so I'm going to use that one. Okay, 8 of Summer. Kangaroo. You feel that there is more to life than what you are living, so it's time to move on. You may be moving from a situation that isn't good for you, or perhaps you're being drawn to what would make you happy. Either way, you're in control. So that is our message from the kangaroo. Okay, so thank you for following this week's Pick a Card, and we will see you next week.